That was hard. I don't know if you can see. I'm sweating right now. If you're not sweating, something's wrong. I don't even go to Plant Fitness, but you know they're doing the same shit they do at Crunch. What are they doing at Crunch? I do about 50 reps if I was going at that speed. You need to slow the fuck down.
Oh my God, I'm just playing with them now, yeah. Oh my God, what she saying, say it loud, yeah.
Exercise 2, conventional deadlift. We went over this last week. If you want to go over technique, scroll down to the app. Today's about effort, it's about tempo, so we're just gonna go right into it. I'm gonna expect you to remember how to do it. Let's kill it. Let's go set number 1. We're gonna go for 1 minute. If there's anything I'd like to cover before I start, that's gonna be something I was working with somebody today on, and that is tempo-wise, 2 keys on this. When you're at the so you do the deadlift, you're lowering down this way. When you're at the very bottom part of the range, give yourself a solid 2 to 2 seconds of a pause. Now, when you're down here, we're not just hanging out. So for those people who comment on my videos on whatever platform and say, well, you're resting at the bottom of the set, that's kindergarten again. Here's what we're doing. When you're down here, you're not on your TikTok, you're not zoning out, you're staying zoned in. And here's what I'm thinking about, and here's what I want you to think about. You're gonna think about tightening your ass cheeks and making your freaking ass cheeks tighten so hard that they drive your effing foot into the floor, and that's what brings you up. If you're on your effing TikTok, then this is rest. If you're actually thinking about the thing that we're doing, then that period of time is called utilization for your next effort phase, because you can only utilize every rep to the degree that you put your attention and your mind into. If you're flying through your sets, if you're going like this, and you're one of those clowns who says, that's better, you're not resting, you're completely missing the boat, because you compare those initial reps that I just did, that they're doing at Crunch, you compare that to my reps, where you're coming down, you're pausing, but you're not just hanging out. I'm thinking about using my muscles to maximize this next lifting phase. Then this part of the range no longer became rest. It became a focused effort to maximize the next contraction. That's what that bottom part is for. It's for re-engaging your mind, tightening before you move, getting your mind right for the next rep to maximize it. The other thing is, when you're here at the top, I want you to come all the way up to straight. And I want you to pause for about a second, because it's the same thing here. If you get into this cycle of continuous reps, up, down, up, down, up, down, your mind isn't in it. That's what they're doing at Crunch. You have to pause. And the only reason you're pausing here isn't to rest. It's to get your mind right for the next rep. So all these things aren't black and white. When you see me doing stuff, there's always a reason. There's always a strategy. So let's go through this set together, and let's talk about this one aspect of the set during this one. I'll start by minute. Time is started. I'm gonna regroup my mind, think about tightening my muscles first, controlling up. Pause here, re-engage. Control down, pause here, re-engage, press back up. Pause here, get my mind right. Control back down, pause here, re-engage. What are they doing at Crunch? I do about 50 reps if I was going at that speed. Pause here. I'm not pausing to rest. I'm pausing to re-engage. 10 times harder with that pause. That's time. I was training this guy the other day. I don't do this a lot, but he's not old, but older. He's doing his reps, and I'm timing him, and he's going pretty fast. And I'm like, damn, wonder how many he's gonna get. And so I just didn't say anything. So he's at 30 seconds, and he's done 20 of these. And I'm thinking, you know, I use these things as good examples. So I said, you need to slow down a little bit. Keeps going, no change. So maybe he didn't hear me. So you need to slow down a little bit. Keeps going. Look at him and say, you need to slow the fuck down. And this, I've never said anything. I don't talk like that to clients normally. And this guy all of a sudden was like, oh. The rest of the session, super engaged. Like literally had the best workout he's ever had. But my point is, I told him after I said I was laughing, I was like, you had 20 reps at 30 seconds. And you know, he's a lot better form than most people. That's my whole thing, is like, this is one of my clients, somebody I train who's doing this. So somebody who knows what to do. I guess he just didn't want to listen to me until I used the F-bomb. I'm not really sure why it took that. I was joking, but point being, continuous reps, this pattern of just up, down, no control, just moving through the motions mindlessly. If you do that on this deadlift for a minute, you'll get 20, 30 reps. So it's not about the time. It's a good example. It's about how you do the thing we're doing. Here we go, 1 minute. Controlling down. Pause. Press. Pause in here, regroup my mind. Controlling back down. Pause here, regroup my mind. One thing I'm thinking about is when I'm at the bottom part of the range, I'm thinking about driving the floor away from my body. If I could push the ground away from me, that's what I'm trying to do. It's time. Rest. Everything's strategic. Pausing at the bottom, regroup your brain to engage. I'm tired as F, but let's go over a set of how they do it at Planet Fitness. Because I don't even go to Planet Fitness, but you know they're doing the same shit they do at Crunch. So how are they doing this thing? Somebody told me the other day that they're not allowed to deadlift at Planet Fitness. Now I hope that's not the case, but maybe it's how they used to do it at Planet Fitness. I'm not sure. Here we go. So this is how most people are doing it. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. It's a cardio event. It's a cardio event. What we're doing, that's not to make fun of people. That's to show you the difference. There's a big difference. Here's what we're doing. We are at the very bottom part of the range, thinking about what muscles are we recruiting to move the body. Well, what muscles are those? The glutes, quads, and hamstrings. So I'm down here and I'm thinking about engaging those muscles. And I'm gonna use those muscles to drive my feet into the ground to come back up. Now, I'm gonna use those same muscles to fight this load and control all the way down to a complete stop. When I'm stopping here, it's not rest, it's re-engagement of those muscles to move me again. You do that over a time period of a minute or 40 seconds or whatever it is. And this is really effing hard. My minute's up. I didn't rest, but it's okay. Let's do it anyway. Round 3, timer started. Rest. Whew. 1 minute. As you're doing this, you're only as strong as your weakest link. I'll take a knee. So, for most people, their weakest link is their lower back. Always cater the load. I lied, I'm gonna stand back up. Oh, sorry. Always cater the load to your weakest link. It's gonna be your lower back. So whatever weight you choose, make sure you're keeping good back position and that your legs are controlling your trunk. One way I try to look at this is your legs are the movers and this segment is taking a car ride. So your legs are driving the control on the way down. This segment here is passive. It's moving as a byproduct of this moving. Why am I making that distinction? Because if you don't do that, what will happen is you'll move from your trunk and you'll notice your knees aren't bending. What I want you to do is, this is only moving because your knees, look at me here, my knees are bending and lowering me. Look at that compared to this. One is this kind of combination, knees bending, trunk moving down, but this is what a lot of people do. That's a ton of load on your back. You've got to get the motion from here, bend your knees, your trunk's gonna move, but it's only moving because your knees are bending, because your legs are moving. This here is passive, this here is active. Here we go, round 4. 1 minute. Boom, here we go. Why are you pausing at the top? Why are you pausing at the bottom? It's because you're re-engaging your brain, re-engaging your muscles to maximize activation. It's time. Now sweat. Round 4, 1 more. Scale of 1 to 10, it ought to be about a 9. Let's see what my heart rate is. I feel like it's high. I do kind of like tracking heart rates. I try to track most of my clients during our sessions. I think it's a good idea for you to do. It's a good way to judge your own effort level and to track fitness over time, just to see, on average, can you work at a higher intensity and bring the heart rate down? Oh, it's not reading it. Like I did this last time. Well, but regardless, that's time. So, too slow, Apple. Too effing slow. Here we go. Round 5. Let's do it. Feet, hip width, mind, locked in. Heart rate says 131. So it's 131 right now. We'll look at it again at the end of the set. Time started. Last set, let's kill it. Everything you got, bending your knees. Pause here. Engage. Damn, hope this minute's about over. It's up, but I'll do one more. That's time. 5 sets. Heart rate check. Whew, damn. Come on, this is one I need you to read the most. I feel like too effing, I'm sweating too much or something. See, this is what Apple does when they're trying to get me to upgrade. Right here. Here we go. Okay, well, we'll see if it's going to read. I don't know if it's going to read or not. That's 5 sets. That was hard. I don't know if you can see, regardless of what this effort says, I'm sweating right now. So if you're not sweating, something's wrong. You should be sweating. It should be hard. 5 sets. The next thing we're going to do is an elevated version of the static lunge. Everybody has different terms for these things. I don't care what you call them. Some may call it a Bulgarian split squat. But see 134 again. So it's probably 150. One thing that's going to change is elevating the back leg is going to increase the amount of hip flexion that we go into. So theoretically, it may activate your glutes more. Just kind of depends on how you look at it. So it's a change, it's a difference. Get some water, recover, and we'll go over the next one. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you found this beneficial. If you did, please hit the like, hit the subscribe button. This will help me and ensure that my content reaches more people on YouTube. If you want to join the MGB officially, you can scroll down in the description and there are 2 links. One is to the Apple App Store and the other is to the Google Play Store. And you can join my app for free and view some free content. And I also have some really in-depth programs. I have a complete blueprint that's gonna walk you through how you can build muscle the most efficiently and the safest way possible. I hope you join me next time.